Moving forward is really difficult, if I'm really honest. Sometimes we feel stuck. I know when I reflect and I look back over the years, I've been in situations where, I've struggled to move forward. And, I've tried to keep myself busy, try to keep myself distracted, and from dealing with a lot of the emotions and the realities of that particular situation that you were in. And one of the biggest things that come back to my memory or mindset is around, why do we keep looking back, right? You cannot move forward if you keep holding on to past memories, past people, past situations. You just end up becoming stuck, feeling miserable, and unable to let go. I've experienced that recently in my own capacity, and therefore it's quite fresh and I can speak about it. That the reason sometimes we don't want to let go of the past is because we're scared of the future or the present. We get scared. We get scared, oh my God, what will life be without that job or that person or that friendship? And sometimes we distract with that friendship or situation rather than dealing with our own internal issues, right? And that situation just triggers us and prevents us from moving forward. So holding on to the past actually eats up your present and your future. We get so stuck and we get so stuck and consumed by memories and the possibility of what could have been rather than the possibility of what it is and what life actually really is ahead of us. So from my perspective, moving forward is definitely emotional, it's psychological, it's physical, it's spiritual, it's really deep, I'm talking about true moving forward. If you don't choose that on a daily basis, you just end up becoming bitter, miserable, and really just negative. 9 out of 10 times when I've made a decision to move forward, you always sit in the back of your head thinking, damn, did I make the right decision? Will I live to regret this? And the reality is that every day is a blessing. Every day you meet new people, you meet new situations. If I look at the opportunities that I've experienced by releasing control, letting go, I feel so much more fulfilled. Of course, you do think about those particular situations or people that you've had to let go, and reflect and think, what could have happened, but it just takes you down a rabbit hole. So my advice is that if you're struggling with moving forward, the first step is to actually acknowledge that you're struggling. Most people, spend years denying that, oh yeah, I'm over it. No big deal. I've moved on. Have you really moved on? Have you really moved on in your own private thoughts, in your own private time? What are you entertaining your thoughts with? Are you really moving on? If that person or situation had to pop up again, would you feel resentful, bitter, negative, or would you look at it as, oh my God, it's positive, I've grown so much from it, I don't look back with regret. So for me, the whole view around moving forward is actually moving forward. Take the first step. It is painful, it is hard when you've invested time, effort, emotion, care, respect, when you've invested finances into whatever it is, whether it's a friendship and it ends up being one-sided. The reality is you gotta let it go. You cannot hold on to those things. Those things, the more you hold on to the past, the more it prevents you from living and being you and being free and being happy and just being open to a whole new world of potential and possibility. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that every day when you wake up, you're not gonna have this yearning, but you've got to consciously make that choice. No, today I choose life. I cannot remain in the past. It's keeping me stuck. It's keeping me from living and being productive and growing and evolving. And you got to let go of sometimes those things that hold you back. And you need to also ask yourself why are you holding on to maybe a situation that let you down. I know for me personally, as an overachiever, it was very difficult for me to accept failure is hard for me to digest, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship or work situation. It is hard for me to accept that I've failed at something, or I could have done something better to make that successful, and it just didn't work. That disappointment and regret that comes with it. You need to process those emotions. The reason why people feel stuck is because they don't want to acknowledge that they haven't moved on. And number two, they haven't dealt with the emotions of disappointment, rejection, failure, abandonment. It's probably triggering a lot of childhood issues you probably didn't even resolve. So the reality is, be honest with yourself. If there's one thing I can take away, if I'm a viewer watching this video right now, is be honest with yourself. Because when the lights are off, the camera is again off, and you're on your own, you need to be accountable to yourself and ask yourself, have I truly moved on? And it may take you months, it may take you years, but every day choose to move forward.